I want to move on to installing the flywheel side of the engine now, so I can install the flywheel before I install the head. I want to fit this piece here. It fits over there, or probably that way around. Now there is a seal that goes between this and that seal carrier, this little thing here. Or is this supposed to fit in that little recess there? The diagram seems to suggest that this little rubber gasket thing fits between this here and that. And then this mounts with 3 little bolts, which I've cleaned up. Look how nicely those came out. And I just used some brake cleaner in the bottom of one of those caps from a spray can, shook it around a bit. What I want to do is put a little bit of copper slip in here, bearing in mind that that is alloy and this is metal, and I do not want to over tighten these at any stage. Do a bit of copper slip and hopefully my puppy doesn't put his nose in it. No, Milo, leave it. I'm just going to figure out now where this seal's supposed to go. So I don't know if it's supposed to go there against that plate or on the outside. So this sealing ring, according to the Haynes manual and the Bentley manual, is not fitted to all models. Now I don't know why that is, maybe the bean counters got involved, but it does go between the plate and the seal carrier on the flywheel end. So I'm going to pop these in. I've used some assembly paste just to hold the seal in the correct position. So the bell housing mounts to the engine once the flywheel is on and once the clutch is on, and it mounts through these holes here. So I need to make sure that this is all correctly lined up. Let's move on to what's next. Probably the flywheel. I'm going to move on to installing the flywheel and the clutch. I have got myself some brand new Phoebe flywheel bolts. Their part number is over there, 170878. So that's the flywheel bolts. I also have the longer bolts for attaching the cover plate to the flywheel, or the flywheel to the cover plate, or the pressure plate, or whatever you want to call it. And I have some screw locking fluid, some lock nut fluid, thread lock, also from Phoebe, and that's the part number over there. Now to align this correctly, there's this little tool, well, this little washer spacer alignment thingy-majiggy. Now looking at the manual, it says that there are 2 of these, but there isn't. Bearing in mind I took apart 2 clutches on 2 engines and neither of them had 2. They just had this single one connector here. Now I have measured both clutches. Both of them are look. This one has got a millimeter more material on it in terms of thickness than the other one. So although they're both good, I'm going to go with the clutch that has more material because it will then last longer. The spacing is a little bit different on the one end. There's 2 that are slightly closer to each other. Okay, let's get this installed, the clutch and that. I'm going to put some copper slip on this face. There we go. I've got my little fancy star-spangled washer. I know that that is the bit that faces outwards because I can see where the bolt marks are. Pop that in there. These are brand new flywheel bolts. Now these flywheel bolts have to be torqued up to 60 Newton meters plus 90 degrees, which is a quarter turn. First this one, then that 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 one. I have torqued up the flywheel bolts. What I did was I torqued them all up to 60, then I torqued them in the same sequence up to 70, and then I torqued them up to 75, because between the 2 different manuals that I'm looking at, they have different torque figures. The one says in the one place 35 Newton meters, and then in another place it says 60 plus a quarter turn. Then in the Haynes manual it just says pressure plate to flywheel 75 Newton meters. So that's what I did. I did 60, 70 and then 75. Now I can fit the little cover plate on here. It looks like this, and it has this spring washer in it, which I think fits this way around because there are marks on the side there which correlate to these spring plates over here in the pressure plate. So I'm going to do that next. Actually, I'm going to put it where those 2 marks are. Like that. Because that seems to make a little bit of sense. Don't know if that's correct, but that seems to make a bit of sense. I'll try and center that so that they're both sitting in those little holes. If that is at all possible, I don't know. But there you go. That little cover is now on, and then the actual clutch fits between this and the flywheel. Unlike some of the older models of the gearbox where the flywheel was the face mounted to the crankshaft and then the friction plate was against it, this actually sandwiches the friction plate between the pressure plate and the flywheel. So on this pressure plate there are 2 notches, one over there and one over here. There are no other notches on the edge of the pressure plate, back plate. Now if you look on the inside of the flywheel, you'll notice there are these 2 extensions, I don't know what you would call them, little studs. Now those little studs, one of them, if at the same position as that, let's call it 1 o'clock, which is that one there, you'll notice that if I line that up, the other one, which is over here, lines up with this notch over there. There we go. Oop. You can see it sits perfectly the pressure plate and the flywheel are now top dead center. There are two markings up here, one over there and one over there. Kind of a little standoff and a notch. This top bolt here is effectively at TDC. Now the engine is probably sitting at an angle in the engine bay, so presumably the inspection hole through the gearbox will be looking at either one of these marks, this notch, that one there, or this one here. I'm going to mark this tooth just up here, a touch of pink, 80s day glow pink. Now that's on the starter ring, of course, so that will eventually wear off. As a visual reference, when I put this together, I know that so long as that tooth there is at 12 o'clock, I'm at TDC. Now I can just put in all of the bolts, but first, you eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed I have yet to put the friction plate in. So before I bolt that down, I need to put the friction plate in, and then I need to center it. Now I don't have a centering tool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a vernier to measure around the outer edge of the flywheel and the pressure plate and get it centered and then tighten down the bolts. That is the precise figure that I have between each of those edges. So the edge of that plate on the friction plate and the side of the flywheel. So if I put that in there, it's 105.6. Put it in there, 105.6. Put it in there, 105.6. Put it in there, 105.6. So that on this setup, on this car, is that measurement. So now I know that my pressure plate is centered, and I can then tighten down the rest of these bolts. Before I tighten them down, I'm going to give them each a little bit of Loctite or thread lock, and that's the one that I'm using from Phoebe, because the Loctite version is about a lot more expensive for the same thing. Happy days. So these bolts that are tightening the flywheel and the drive plate, the pressure plate together, have to be torqued up to 20 Newton meters. Done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.